Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to my new live stream. Hi, Lift Panic. Thank you for coming. No problem about having to leave in a little bit. That's fine. Hi, Rich. Thank you so much for coming. Today, I'm in a bit of a different spot because I usually do these streams on my husband's computer. Like he has two really big monitors, so the screen sharing is really easy. But when I was trying to get this going on his computer, it was just completely unresponsive. So I'm doing this stream on my tiny, tiny little laptop, and so the StreamYard page is tiny. I can't even see myself, and then I had to put the video on the other side. So I hope it looks okay. I'm also doing it on my computer, so can you let me know if like my audio sucks? Because yeah, I haven't had to stream on my computer other than on G's channel, but I'm not like controlling the stream then. So I hope it's okay. Sorry for the weird setup. I'm just going to leave it like this. So today I wanted to talk about the 4 color personalities of MLM. I've never talked about this on my channel before, but I'm sure you've seen Jessica Hickson's videos on it. It's a super, super interesting topic. Thank you, Lift Panic, for saying it looks fine. It's super weird because my screen is like this big and I have it. Yeah, the setup sucks. So I'm glad to hear that it looks good. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate that. And the 4 color personalities is just a way to identify how to approach your prospect in MLM, and nothing wrong with figuring out what kind of prospect you have and how best to pitch them the product. But of course, this is very, very problematic when it's in an MLM and you're trying to trick people into a system where they are most likely going to lose lots and lots of money. So that's where it's problematic for me. And I also just went out to get iced coffee with a friend, and there's a lot of caffeine in it. And so I'm also a little bit jittery. So I hope you guys enjoy the stream, and I'm just going to get started.
Who don't know me, my name's Nicole Jones. I've been with the company about 2.5 years.
Oh no.
Worked with another direct seller for a long time, and I thought to myself, what would I ever do after that experience?
So as you can see, the video is super delayed and choppy, so hopefully it's okay. Sorry about that, but I don't know if you guys could tell when they were doing the pan on the house, there are all those white Cadillacs, and that's what people in Monate get when they reach a certain rank. So this is a Monate Super Saturday where they just come together to have corporate trainings, and this individual is a corporate employee.
And lo and behold, Monate was here for me to reinvent myself as a region sales director. So I'm super excited to be here. I want to say thank you to Jay and Tony for the invitation. Today, my topic is speaking their language, understanding the 4 color personalities of MLM. You know, I thought this would be a fun little topic. So prospecting is the name of the game, as we're trying to maximize Smart Start and earn the new passport trip to the Dominican. So I'm going to talk about the 4 color personalities, and would you agree that it is super, super, super important that we speak the language of our prospect? Everybody agree? Very good. I'm going to start with the story. You know, a few years ago, I went to China. I was in China and I was thinking of what I would bring back as a souvenir for my friends. So I went into a bakery, and I had to laugh when I came in here because I bought treats this time too. I bought those little fortune cookies. Treats must be my thing, and I didn't realize it until today. But I decided
Crap.
I went into a bakery, I bought a pastry, and I said, I'm going to buy these pastries, and this would be one of my souvenirs. I bought like an individual one, but I saw this little gift package, and I thought I'll just come back and get this. Fast forward a couple days, right before I'm about to leave, I go back into the shop. Of course, it's new workers. I go in and I want to buy the box of pastries. Well, you know what? They have a whole bunch of them this time. And they're all assorted, and I'm thinking, this is going to be real cool. It has all the Chinese decoration. It's going to be real cute. I asked the girl, how much are the boxes and what's in them? She looks at me, doesn't say a word. And I'm thinking, I know I'm looking at her, but maybe she didn't hear me. So I say, well, what's in the boxes and what's the price? I said a little happier. And she looked at me, and then she said something. She said it in Chinese. And I thought, okay, let me ask her one more time. Then it got a little louder, as if asking another time and doing a little louder would all of a sudden make her speak English. And it was...
Okay, so the picture is mess. I don't know what you guys can see, if you're able to hear it or not. I tried to actually highlight Lift Panic's comment when they said, I can tell this is going to be total BS, and then it froze the video. So I hope it's okay. But have you guys ever had an experience like this when you travel, when you're just trying to get like a basic piece of information, but you can't speak the language, and then you think, I'm just going to repeat it. And then you think that that's somehow going to work. I think that's really funny. That's a really relatable story, in my opinion. I went to Bolivia lots of times. This isn't the point of this video, but I eventually learned how to ask, how much is this? And then learned like the basic, how to say 50, 60, 70. And then I would also ask, oh, how do I get to this place? And then I wouldn't be able to understand the directions, right? And so then I taught myself left, right, straight. And then I knew the basic numbers. So then if someone was like 5 blocks to the right and then 3 blocks straight, then I would be able to figure that out. So that's a pretty funny story.
She was speaking to me, I was speaking to her, but we were unable to do the deal. I was in the store, there was interest. I came back, I had my money, I was ready to buy. The store was ready, they were open, they were staffed, and shoot, they had all my extra gift boxes there. So they were ready to roll. But we couldn't do the business because we didn't speak the language of each other. So, you're super, super right. Speaking the right language is so, so important. And let's bring this back to my name. All right. So we all agree that we have great products. Yes? We all agree that we have one of the best compensation plans in the business. Yes? Oh, all of you are great leaders, so everybody has the best upline support. Oh, yeah, that's a yes. I'll take that as a yes. Okay, we all agree we have a trifecta that walks on water. Well, maybe it's frozen, but they walk on water.
So she is saying, we all agree that Monat is just the best. We have the best products. We have the best compensation plan. Did you hear her say we have a trifecta that walks on water? What in the world does that mean? What is she talking about? The trifecta that walks on water? Why are we bringing in religious connotations to a corporate training? Chelsea over at CC Suarez always talks about, what if you are not a Christian or a Catholic? What if you are atheist? What if you're just uncomfortable talking about religion in the workplace? Why does it always come back to religion? Lift Panic says, yes, please bring this back to Monat. Yes, great point, Lift Panic. She's going to talk about how we need to make sure we speak the language of our prospects, which I said earlier, that's fine in a sales context. Nothing wrong with that in a sales context, but we're speaking the language of our prospects so as to pull them into very predatory, unethical business structure. So I can't put the comments up today, but I'm just going to read this comment from Rich. She is assuming her point with this story. She has asserted that her 4 colors accurately describe all of humanity and that we can accurately predict people's behavior. LOL. Yeah, that's a great point, Rich. And we're going to see, I don't think I fit into any of these 4 color personalities perfectly. I think, depending on the day, I'm probably blue. Sometimes I'm green. I feel like I probably switch between them, but you're right. They're assuming that everyone fits into these color personalities perfectly, and as long as you can identify which one they are, then you will be able to sell them the products or the opportunity. And Rich says, sounds like Myers-Briggs. Yeah, that's a great point. I'm gonna press play. Sorry that the video is so laggy. I don't think my tiny laptop can handle this. So hopefully next stream I can go back to my husband's computers.
So we agree that all of those things matter. Yes or no? All of those things matter. Well, I'm going to pick one person right here. What's your name? Ashton. Ashton, you know, this is top secret information. I see everybody with their cameras. We're going to open in China. Guess what? I'm going to give you an all expense paid trip, but I'm not going to send you to Beijing where I was. I'm going to send you to a remote village, and I'm going to arm you with everything you know about the business right now. We'll give you a product pack. We'll even give you a Meet My Night presentation top 10. We will give you whatever you need to develop that territory. The only thing is, you don't speak Spanish. Look, it's Chinese. Look, I don't speak either one of them. Look, and they don't speak English. All right. Now I want you to think about what we just said matters. In this instance, does it matter that you have good upline support? Does it matter that we have an awesome executive team? Mm-mm. At this particular juncture of the game, it's more important that she learns one skill. She learns the language of the land to be successful. So this is honestly,
So what do we think about this? So she's saying, oh, we're going to send you to some remote village, which it doesn't matter where you send them in China. Like, you're not going to speak the language if you don't speak the language, but we're going to send you to some remote village. We're going to tell you to open the market for Monate in that village. It doesn't matter what kind of support you have if you don't speak the language. No. So I think this is a way, in my opinion, of potentially blaming people down the road for not being able to recruit people. Because sure, yeah, you say you need better upline support. You say that you're not getting support from corporate, but are you speaking their language? Are you communicating properly with your prospects? Because I said this 1,000 times on my channel. They like to have measures of success that are actually impossible to prove. This is not a quantifiable measure of success. No one can prove definitively whether or not you're speaking the language of your prospect. So just like I say 1,000 times, just like every anti-MLM YouTube channel says, it's just a way to divert the blame from the pyramid scheme structure to these people who are manipulated into MLM and who are manipulated to stay in MLM. And Lift Panic says, cue the manipulation techniques. Yes, she's lovely. I like her personality in real life. I would want to be her friend. She seems very smart, but I think Lift Panic, you've said this before, that people who are reasonable and nice, it makes it more dangerous because you don't really notice that they're being manipulative, that they're trying to pull you into the scheme because they're so nice and approachable. Lift Panic says she's going to stereotype her prospects into 4 categories. Yep, and we're going to learn about that. So since my computer's so laggy, I'm not going to pause as often, so we'll actually be able to listen for a few minutes.
I went to a Super Saturday a couple weeks ago. A girl did the presentation. It was very energetic. It was very exciting. I had not read the book, even though I had met the author a couple times. But I purchased the book, downloaded the ebook, and it's called The 4 Color Personalities of MLM. And so I thought it would be a fun way just to discuss prospecting and talk about how we use this to maximize the opportunities that are on the table for us in terms of Smart Start and Passport 2021. So this is probably another 10 minutes, and it's giving you the 4 color personalities. The traits are a bit exaggerated, but it's giving you the traits of the color personality, so that you can easily recognize them and then tailor your message to that person. Because if someone's interested in incentives, we don't want to tell them how much money they can make in business. If they're interested in helping to build a community, they may not necessarily be interested in all the fun we have. So we want to tailor our message to what the prospect is receptive to. All right, let's get started. First one, yellow, the yellow color personality. The key word with yellow is help. These people do more for others than they do for themselves. They are professional helpers. Their careers are nurses, doctors, counselors, social workers. They choose a career. They've chosen a career where it's important to be of service and to help others. Their character.
So I'm so sorry for all these technical issues. I hope you guys are actually like able to watch it. It's not horrible to watch. We'll see after when I watch the replay. So these people are yellow. They're all about helping, love to help. They're loyal. They're a team player. And with panic, I think you've said this before. Lots of people have the fact that MLM likes to describe themselves as a helping profession really downgrades the contributions of actual helping professions in our society. Like she's going to talk about later, like the therapists and the teachers and the nurses who really just want to help and it's in their DNA to help. And I think they really prey on those on that vulnerability, on that characteristic to bring people into the business and say something like, hey, you could help people have nicer hair. You could help people make more money. You could help people help others. Like you can have an impact here. Live Panic says the tech issues are not as bad as you think. Thank you, Live Panic. I overthink a lot with YouTube, so I appreciate that. Thank you. And you'll see like they're loyal. And so if you are able to bring a yellow personality into your team, they're more likely to be loyal and stay with you for longer, right? They're family oriented. So if you bring a yellow person into your team, you can say, oh, well, you want to be able to help your family. You need to stay so you can stay home with your children when you have your baby. It's really just a way to draw people in and then keep them in longer. What do you think about that?
Characteristics include they love to help, they're friendly, they're loyal, they're team players, family oriented, ethical, and creative. But let me give you a fun fact about yellow personalities. They're huggers. You know, I'm not really a hugger, but they're huggers. And that is really a fun thing. You want huggers on your team. Have you ever gone to a meeting, there's someone who immediately hugs you when you walk in the door? They're welcoming, they're inclusive, and they make people feel welcome when they come to your events and they come to your functions and your team activities.
So, do you notice that she's not talking about how MLM can help yellows? She's talking about how yellows can help MLM or help your team because they're welcoming, they're really inclusive, and they're going to make everyone feel comfortable. And so she's going to talk about how these different personality traits can help your team. It's not about helping the individual; it's about helping Monet in the bottom line. Hi, Leah. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Also, yellow personalities are loved by others and they're easily trusted. So that's another important fact about the yellows. The blue color personality. Their keyword is party, honey. Everything about them is a good time. We want to have a good time. Love to party, have fun. They're adventurous. They try new things, travel, meet new people, spontaneous and social. Because they like to have a party, they like to travel, what part of the business do you think is attractive to them? Market partner, trips, right? The incentives. They are going to do whatever it takes to earn the incentives. But you know what else blue people are going to do? They're going to encourage everybody else to earn the incentive too, because the trip's not fun if I'm going by myself. You know, it's the more the merrier type concept. So that's super, super important. One of the other things about blue personalities is you want them on your team because they like to have fun. They radiate positive energy, and everyone is attracted to that energy. Even if that's not your personality, it's something attractive to others. One of the things to try is to have a function, a team function, meet my Nate with. It's a team activity, and you say, we're going to have drinks, we're going to have dinner, we're going to have something different for everybody who brings a guest. Blue personalities, that guest is done. Check, finish, complete. They have a guest there because they want to be a part of the after party. And guess what else they're going to do? They're going to convince others to bring a guest. And once they're at the event, this is the great thing about a fun personality on the team. When they're at the event, they're going to walk around. They're going to talk to all the potentials who are there. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to say, girl, you need to join this business. We have a lot of fun in here. We make money. We go on trips. But they will do a lot of edification for you. they are the ones who, they make it fun, they make it pop.
So now we're talking about the blue personalities. Before I go into what she was saying, Rich says, if her claims were true, everyone should have permanent and lasting success. I wonder why their own data proves this method of sales conclusively ineffective. That's true. She's saying, oh, if you just communicate with your prospects in a way that reaches them, you'll be able to bring people into your team. Well, if you're teaching this, Miss Corporate Employee, why do the majority of your contracted employees make no money or go into debt? That's a really good point, Ridge. So with the blue personalities, we want them on our team because they're fun and they're exciting and they're going to be the cheerleaders of the team. They want to get on the trip, the whatever passport trip, because they're all about the fun and having amazing experiences, but they're also going to encourage everyone else to get on the trip as well. Again, it's all about how you can help, how the blue personality can help Monate and your team, not about how Monate can help the blue personality. And she also said that blue personalities will edify. I don't know if you guys saw, it was several months ago now, I did a video on edification in network marketing, where the actual definition, in my opinion, I might be misunderstanding, of edification is misused. When I learned is edification is teaching someone an important moral or ethical lesson. And then an example of that was like the teacher edified her students to help them learn how to be a good community member, right? And so she's teaching her students how to be moral and ethical community members and care about everyone in their community, right? They're using edification as prop up the company. Prop up the company, prop up the top earners, make them feel great. You have to edify your upline in order to have success. So they're like switching the word around, and their definition is pretty much kiss your upline's ass, kiss your company's president's ass, and then you'll find success. That was with Ray Higdon. I think I just called it edification in network marketing. Yes, they totally misused that term edification from Lift Panic. Yeah, it's super weird. At first, I was thinking, like, maybe I'm just misunderstanding. Maybe there's multiple definitions, but I did quite a bit of research and I couldn't find another definition. So, yeah, they definitely misuse it and they just use their own definition, which is really interesting. I didn't know we could just change the meaning of words. Did you? Okay, I'm going to press play.
Positive, but I think one of the things that happens sometimes when we bring potentials to events, they know us and they don't always meet somebody else when they're there. So when they meet, somebody walks up to them and tells them how much fun they're going to have, how long they've been in the business, it's just another person edifying the business for us. The next personality, this is one thing I can't see behind me. The next personality is red. Their keyword is money. They're all about the Benjamins, all about the money. They want to be in charge. They're the boss. B-O $. $. Let's see. They tell people what to do. Great organizers, but they're results-oriented people. They hate whiny excuses, and did I say they're all about the money? When you meet a red personality, you want to really showcase the compensation plan. Since I joined Money, one of the things I'm always tickled, sometimes people don't always know how to explain the compensation plan. But at every Meet Monate, I hear the same thing. We get paid 5 times a month. Well, this group wants to hear that. They want to know you get paid 5 times a month. They also want to know that we have Smart Start. Maybe you have the 10 ways we earn.
I'm just going to pause it here and give it a minute to catch up. Any new viewers who just came on, major technical problems, which is why the video is super choppy, but I just wanted to do it anyways because I was excited for the stream. So now she's talking about the red personality where they're all about the money, right? And with these people, you want to show them the compensation plan and explain to them how they're going to make money in the business, which is really interesting because a lot of the times we'll hear people like Ray Higdon and top MLM distributors say that you don't need to understand the compensation plan. You don't need to show people people the comp plan because they don't need to know the details of how to make money. They just need to sell and recruit, and then they'll make money, and the details don't really matter. I feel like in this case, there's going to be a lot of income claims made to draw these red personalities into the business. You'll say, she's going to tell us later, oh, I've had friends who've earned this much in their first month. Oh, I earned this much in my first month. And then you're potentially people could lie to try to bring in the red personality into the business and just exaggerate the amount of money they actually made. Because what if you made $10 in your first month and you're now trying to recruit someone who's a red personality? And you know they're all about the money. You're not going to sit there and say, well, I earned $10. No, you're going to exaggerate, unfortunately, because you're going to know that you need to recruit to make money. If you don't recruit, you're not going to make money. You're not going to feed your kids, unfortunately. I said this already. Understanding these personalities would be fine in a normal sales environment, but it's all about the recruitment part makes this, in my opinion, extremely unethical. What do you think about that?
Saved as a picture on your phone or a PDF on your phone, but they're really interested in all of the ways they can generate a stream of income from this business. So that's the red personality. Next, we have the green. Their keyword is information. They are prepared and sensible, love to collect information. They're not big huggers. Let's see, they're skeptical and need proof, and they can sometimes be ghosters. Now on this one,
isn't it interesting how there's like a couple negatives for the green? They're skeptical and need proof, and they could be ghosters, which she's going to explain about later. I'm just going to read two comments here. Lift Panic says she isn't wrong. It's just so manipulative. Yeah, I agree. In this context, it's extremely manipulative. Rich says they're learning the importance of you edifying their bank account. Also, the term edification is used almost exclusively by evangelical. I can't speak. I don't know how to say that word. Evangelical movements and can be considered faith manipulation. That's really interesting, Rich. Thank you. I just find it interesting how, for the green personality, the people who want to collect information, who are critical thinkers, who need to prepare, it's skeptical. They're skeptical. They're ghosters. No, it's not skeptical to just want the information and to make an informed decision. I find this funny. I was talking to my friend about this earlier and I said, they don't like green personalities. And she said, why? Because they're critical thinkers and they analyze information. It's like, yeah, they want people who would just jump right in and who won't think, unfortunately. Lit Panic says, okay, I'm a green for anyone out there who wants to try and recruit me. Yeah, same. I'm also a green. Don't talk to me about your MLM.
this is interesting. This is people who they want information. You're not going to close someone who is green. You're not going to sell someone who is green. You're going to answer their question, provide resource material for them because they want to analyze the material, but they also want to do their independent research. You know, sometimes we'll tell somebody what Dr. Tossi says about the scalp, and they're listening to what you say, she says, but you know what a green personality is doing? I'm going to research Dr. Tossi because who is this person that they're telling me has all this credibility? You know, they're that kind of a personality. So with them, you want to answer questions, provide information, and let them come back when they're ready. You know, sometimes
they're a kind of person that questions things and that doesn't take everything at face value and thinks, okay, just because you're telling me that this Dr. Tausi is credible, I don't automatically believe you because I don't have to believe everyone and everything that everyone tells me. I'm going to go and prove that for myself. And I think that is a really good way to live life. It's not being skeptical, it's just being rational and taking your time with major decisions, which is not accepted in MLM because everyone tells you you just need to jump in, don't think about it. And that's when you end up in really like potentially dangerous for your bank account and your mental health situations where you didn't have the time to think about it and talk about it with your spouse and your kids and you just make a decision that's bad for your family, unfortunately.
the term here is ghosted. Have you ever had someone who you gave them a lot of information, you say, oh my God, they're interested, you're ready to sign, and you don't hear anything from them? So, and it may have been a green. You know, they're the ones who will get the information and come back maybe 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, or even a year to come back to you in the business. All right, so let's practice. And this practice, oh my God, let me figure out why I'm standing right here. Maybe I need to sit over there. But the practice is really about, and this is the scenario, we have the 4 color personalities, and we have how you would approach each color personality based on what we observe from them. All right, let's see. Curse is not working. All right. Maybe I will stand over here. Because I'm either it's gonna work, yeah, because I was too far. All right, we're gonna approach the red. Now the red is someone who is interested in money, and perhaps we say something like, I actually have a super quick to the point video that explains Smart Start. I'll send that ASAP. Once you join, you have immediate access to the training that will show you how to start earning in your first week. I've had friends actually hit their first rank before even receiving the starter pack. We've got some good resources to help you reach your goals. You're driven, you're a go-getter, you have a great personality. I'm sure you'll be successful. In this one, you know.
So that's how you approach someone who's a red personality. So Leah says that's not ghosting, that's someone getting the ick, in my opinion. Yeah, Leah, that's right. If you're a green personality and you do your research and you come back and you think, wow, this is sketchy, this is a pyramid scheme, I'm not going to do it. That's not ghosting. That's just making a decision and sticking with it. And that's a really good thing to do as a human, as an adult. We all have the ability to decide things for ourselves. Liv Panic says, show the reds the income disclosure. Exactly. But you know they're never going to do that. They're going to show them she tells us to show them the comp plan. I doubt that anyone actually does, but they're probably not going to explain it at all. They're going to say, oh, just go look at the comp plan. It's so easy to understand, and then you can make lots of money. It's like, no, you should probably explain it to them, because your average person is not going to be able to just sit there and figure it out. I only figured out the Beachbody one out of like hours of research. It's not something that your average person can just understand. So when you approach a red, you have to make sure that they know that they can make money quickly, even if you didn't make money. So here, she was talking about someone who made money before even getting their starter kit. And so before this person even tried the product, if this is real, it's probably not. Before this fictional person tried the product, they were already recruiting people into the business, which is a little bit unethical for me. I really don't think like that. It makes me feel a little bit icky when people who haven't tried a product are already recruiting. Kind of like Elomir, when barely anyone could actually get the products and they're all talking about how amazing and life-changing the business is going to be. So Rich says, I do wonder if these personality colors actually become self-fulfilling prophecies. Example, I'm a blue, therefore. Maybe, Rich. That's a really interesting point. Oh, and she's going to tell us a little bit about like the principles behind this invite for a red personality.
Notice what we did? We gave her a compliment. We issued a challenge. One of the things I would like to add in this one, I would even say something like the average person earns anywhere from $1,200 to $800, because then they have a baseline. Red people are competitive. If the average person earns $1,200 to $1,800, girl, I'm better than average. I'm getting more than that. That's the thought process. The next one is green.
So you want to prey on the red personality's desire for making money. You want to make income claims. You want to prey on a red personality's competitive nature, issue a challenge for them. So they go, oh, well, I'm going to make more than that. And remember the motive. It's nothing to do with your upline wanting you to be successful just because they're a good person. They want reds because they know reds are going to try their best to make lots of money and recruit lots of people. And that's going to positively impact the upline's rank and the upline's paycheck. So none of this is altruistic or charitable. Uplines want to make more money, and Monate wants to make more money as well.
All right. With a green personality, you may have to say something like, Thank you so much for the information you gave me. I appreciate how thorough you are, because they're going to come to the interview a little bit prepared, more so than the normal person. You're going to love this company because we've spent millions of dollars conducting thousands of tests on each of our products. Each product has an information sheet that I'll send over to you so you can review them. We're also becoming a certified B Corporation, meaning we're moving towards sustainability and full recyclability, from the bottles to the lids to the products to the boxes. All right, last one, B personality. Remember, their keyword was party. Girl, oh my God, you gotta sign up like yesterday. Look, we want to make it sound fun and exciting. We have a passport trip. Look, it has been announced and we're going to the Dominican Republic.
Oops, it's frozen. Let's try to pause here. So I wanted to pause at the green, but then my computer was frozen, so it wasn't working. So Live Panic says, I'm a green and those arguments don't convince me. Yeah, because it's probably bullshit. Like, they're probably just like told to make something up to make them sound more like, make the company sound more professional than they actually are. And I feel like potentially a green might say, okay, well, show me this, show me your clinical tests. Where did your tests come from? Was it an outside source who were doing these tests? And in an MLM context, probably not. It's probably going to be Monate scientists. The Beachbody tests, the Beachbody studies are always done with like a small portion of Beachbody coaches, and MLM studies generally are very, very biased. And someone who is a green might actually look at the validity of those studies and research who these people are and say, oh, this is a scientist working for Monate. It's probably biased. So yes, I agree. And isn't it funny how she just like skipped over green? I feel like they really don't like greens here. Even though she has a really nice personality, she's not saying anything disrespectful about greens, but it's just interesting. They just jumped right over green and are now on to blue. What do you think about that? I think that's pretty interesting. So of course, with the blue, we see here it's all about the party, and so you have to talk about the passport trip, even though passport trip doesn't mean anything outside of the Monade contest. Like, what context? Sorry, what does that mean? That's really weird. And then you just have to show them how much fun everything is. And it's a once in a lifetime, brilliant, amazing opportunity. So you're just drawing on people's desire for fun and excitement. And you don't talk to them about money. You talk to them about all, like, the big conference where you have 20,000 Monate reps all together, about all the parties, about the Meet Monate events. You just have to talk about all the times that they can be connected with each other. Something interesting during COVID, I feel like a lot of blue personalities were probably really struggling because they want fun and excitement and want to socialize, but they couldn't during COVID. So I feel like Monate and other MLM companies could really draw on that vulnerability that blue personalities may be experiencing and their desire for fun and social interaction. So you can get that social connection with us. What do you think about that? The Panic says what she's not saying about greens, but it's implied, is that most greens are going to be anti-MLM. Yep, because when you have a chance to sit down and think critically and analyze the data that you're given, you will most likely see that you are not going to find success in this business structure. Thank you, Left Panic. That's a great point.
Look, you want to let them know what's your success. I've earned 2 trips. I've gone to Las Vegas, or I've gone to Bermuda, I've gone to Cancun. What was the last one? Bahamas. That's the one I missed. But you want to let them know I can show you how to do everything that's required to earn the trip. And we're going together. It's a trip of a lifetime. There's nothing like being on my team and being a part of this business. All right. All right, I'm moving too fast, you know. Last one, yellow. Wow. You know, all of the other ones were catered towards the market partner, and this is one that's catered towards the VIP. Wow, you do so much for others. It's about time you treated yourself to great hair. We've absolutely got a solution for oily hair.
I'm just going to pause it here and give my computer a second to figure itself out. Rich says, and how does this color scheme apply to the seller? Do we need charts for blue, For blue seller on green prospects, red on red, etc. Yeah, that's a good point. How does this apply to the person who's trying to do the selling too? Like, if I'm a green and I'm selling to a red, how do I communicate with that individual? That's a really funny point, Rich. Thank you. And Lift Panic agrees. He says, haha, Rich. So yellow, you say, wow, you do so much for others. It's about time you treated yourself to great hair. We've absolutely got a solution for oily hair, and I can also recommend some quick, easy styling products that will help to hydrate your hair while also fighting oil. Okay, you are not a hairstylist. No one in my age should be making recommendations like that. I don't like that. And it's also interesting how they're using the yellow example for the VIP customers instead of, why can't you say, if you join Monate as a market partner, you will be able to help thousands and thousands of women who also need supplemental income, and you can help them be more present with their families and their children and bring their husbands home from work. Why wouldn't you say that? This seems like a really weird example because we see all the time that MLM companies really prey on people's desire to help others, and they do it through saying, look at this amazing impact that you can have and the ripple effect it has on thousands and thousands of people. So I don't know why Monate wouldn't use that example for the helper personalities. Liv Panic says you just have to put on your Hun mask. Yep. So it's almost done. I may just stop it if it keeps freezing, but I'm going to give it a shot.
And I can also recommend some quick and easy styling products that will help you hydrate your hair while we're also fighting the oil. All right. So those are the ways that you can approach. Have you ever thought about you need the perfect prospect? No, but there's no such thing as the perfect prospect. Really, the whole point of this small training is to reiterate the need to observe people.
Okay, I'm just going to stop it here because it's not working. Sorry. And okay, I'm not going to do that right now. So she's going to tell us how important it is to observe people, and we have to ask them certain questions so we can determine what kind of prospect they are. So she was just going to tell us that we need to make sure we ask them about their employment, and if we ask them that, we'll be able to tell maybe what kind of personality they are and like what their favorite hobbies are, what they like to do in their time off. So if someone is like, I'm an accountant and with my time off I like to read books, then you might think, okay, well, they could be a green personality. And then if someone says, I'm a social worker, I'm a teacher, I like to volunteer at my homeless shelter near my house, then they are more likely to be a yellow personality. So, what do you think about that? And thank you for everyone who stuck around through my technical difficulties. I really liked this conversation about how to connect with prospects within the MLM context. And if it wasn't for the MLM structure, I wouldn't have an issue with this because in sales, it's important to understand like the position of your prospect, what's important to your prospect, what kind of results they want from your product. But it's just unethical, like Lift Panic said it's manipulative within this context. So what do you think? Let me know. So I'm going to end the broadcast here. We'll see if it actually ends or if I'm going to be sitting here awkwardly. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you, Lift Panic and Rich. Leah, I don't know if you're still here, but thank you for hanging out, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.